All right. I think this is working better now. That's interesting. There are some very broad rules that go for kids. Okay. Welcome to live chat. Hello. Okay. So I just got the whole point is I want to be able to respond to questions that people have as we're going through this e-learning adventure. And I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are washing your hands and not touching your face and sleeping and all of that good stuff. Anyway, so let's just dive in so I don't just get weird anymore, she said, knowing that would be the end. Okay, so Diamani just asked a great question. He said, do you want to read every single page or take notes on the key terms? I don't want you guys taking notes or outside of this period. And I don't want you reading chapter 9, key issue 1 and 2, start to finish, period. Don't do that. It's dull and it's not necessary. So really what you're going to do is this is kind of the condensed version of what you have to know from those first 2 chapters. So that way we can then get into the nitty gritty when we look at the different types of farming. So the first thing that you just need to make sure that you have down is what is a developed country. So developed country, AKA our MDC. So that means that they're further along on our spectrum of development. And so that's another way of saying that they're going to have more access to knowledge and technology that are going to add to a better quality of life. And quality of life being something guided by food, healthcare, gender equality, things like that. Less developed countries are not going to be as far in that. And we want to think of it as this spectrum. Think of it as a spectrum, because if a country is more developed or less developed, we really don't want to think about it as something being qualitative. It's not better necessarily to have more technology. If that doesn't align with your culture and values, then you don't need to have it. But anyway, this is so weird. I don't like talking without students saying things. I know how YouTubers do this. They make it seem so weird. Okay, anyway. So that's going to be your developed country. So developed country right here on 350. More developed, has progressed further on the development continuum in terms of access to knowledge and technology. Less developed country hasn't progressed as far. Examples of these, because you always want to cite a couple. For developed country, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You just want to look at those dark green guys. So United States, Canada, Australia, a lot of Europe. Those are your developed countries. Developing countries are, you basically can kind of focus on sub-Saharan Africa. And yeah, sub-Saharan Africa. This map is somewhat out of date. They still put China as being high developing, not very high developed. That's going to be because of the degree of uneven development in China. Same goes for India. The uneven development in India is quite high as well. Okay. All right, come on, this question. Weird. All right, cool. So that's all you need to know for this box. So once you have those boxes done,